A three-time former Stuttgart champion Maria Sharapova has suffered her fourth consecutive loss after falling 3-6, 7-6, 6-4 to Caroline Garcia in 2 hours and 44 minutes. This was the first win for Garcia over the Russian in 5 matches, and she had to dig deep to earn it, winning 5 points less than Sharapova and scoring the same number of breaks as the former world number 1. Maria had 17 aces but also 10 double faults, some of those in crucial moments, and she couldn't bring the match home in straight sets, even though she had a chance for that, with 2 break points in the 9th game of set number 2. The Russian settled into a nice rhythm early on, and she lost just 5 points on serve in the entire opening set, breaking Garcia in Game 2 to carry the lead throughout the set for a 6-3. Caroline raised her level, and she was the one who played better on the return in the first part of set number 2, breaking Maria in Game 6 to open up a 4-2 lead, but only to give her serve away in the following game. This sent the momentum to Sharapova's side, and she could clinch the win if she had managed to convert any of 2 break points in Game 9. Garcia fends them off to stay in contention, and that proved to be crucial when she won the tie-break 8-6 to send the match into a decider. Maria came back from 3-6 down to 6-6, but Caroline made the crucial mini-break in the 14th point to take the set and keep her chances alive. They traded breaks in Games 2 and 3 of the decider, and it was the French player who saved more energy and stamina for the closing stages, breaking Sharapova in Game 9 and delivering the triumph with a hold in Game 10. Mighty relieved, she has finally beaten the 5-time Grand Slam champion. Super talented Marta Kostyuk has written a small piece of history today in Stuttgart, becoming the first 15-year-old player in the main draw of this tournament since 1995, and she made an impressive debut, beating Antonia Lautner 6-4, 6-1 in an hour and 19 minutes. Despite a fall she has suffered in the opening set, Marta controlled the pace in the points, and she saved 8 out of 9 breakpoints to limit the damage in her games and keep the pressure on the other side of the net. The German has won 40% of the return points, but she couldn't materialize that and earn more breaks, paying the price for that in her games as Kostyuk broke her 4 times after winning 54% of the return points. The young Ukrainian mixed up her game beautifully, hitting well from defense and passing her rival with accurate and strong ground strokes that should bring her many big titles in the future. A deep return from Kostyuk drew first blood in Game 2, and she confirmed the break with a backhand down the line in the following game for a 3-0 lead. Lautner saved another break point in Game 4 before she got her name on the scoreboard with a forehand winner, and she pulled the break back in Game 5 after a tumble from Kostyuk, who needed a medical timeout to treat the minor cuts she suffered. The youngster saved a break point in Game 7, and she broke the German at love in Game 10 to grab the opener 6-4. Carried by this momentum, Marta broke at love in Game 2 of set number 2, and she made a big step towards the finish line with another break in Game 4 that sent her 6-4, 4-0 in front. Lautner made one last push on the return in Game 5, but she wasted 5 break points, and that was the end of the road for her, as Marta held at 15 in Game 7 thanks to a service winner to reach the second round. The 5th seed Karolina Pliskova opened her 3rd Stuttgart campaign with a 6-2, 6-2 win over the Charleston champion Kiki Bertens in 58 minutes. This was their 3rd meeting, but the first in 5 years, and Karolina controlled the scoreboard all the time, losing 13 points on serve and saving all 3 break points she faced. Bertens was nowhere near those numbers, and she got broken 4 times from 5 break points she offered to Karolina, unable to stay on the court for at least an hour. It was the flying start for the Czech, who won the first 11 points to open up a 3-0 gap after a poor forehand from her rival. Karolina had to work hard in order to bring the 4th game home, saving 3 break points to increase her lead, and the opening set was in her hands after an ace in Game 8, wrapping it up in 25 minutes. Bertens managed to stay in touch in the opening 4 games of set number 2, but Pliskova shifted into a higher gear again, rattling off the last 5 games to complete her win in style. Kiki wasted a game point at 2-2, and she sent a backhand long to drop serve and sealed her fate in this one. Pliskova broke at 15 in Game 7 after another error from her rival, and she crossed the finish line with a volley winner a few minutes later to reach the last 16. First round results: 6, Caroline Garcia, FRA vs. WC, Maria Sharapova, Rus 3, 6, 7, 6, 6, 6, 4, Q, Marta Kostyuk, UKR vs. WC, Antonia Lautner, GER, 6, 4, 6, 1, 5, Karolina Pliskova, CZE vs. Kiki Bertens, NED, 6, 2, 6, 2, WC, Laura Siegmund. GER vs Barbara Strykova, CZE, 6-4, 6-3, Q, Marketa Vondrousova, CZE, vs Julia Gorges, GER, 6-2, 6-2, also, Marta Kostyuk and the best-ranked juniors in the top 500 of WTA list.